Welcome back. Now we have a presentation of innovative solutions on SDG14 by Mr. Puneet Gupta, an alumnus of Indian Institute of Management, Calcutta, also CEO and founder of an innovative waterless healthcare company, Clensta International. Puneet is a business-minded professional with an entrepreneur spirit, accomplished in B2B sales, procurement, marketing, vendor management, supply chain management, and contract negotiation. As CEO of Clensta International, in association with Indian Institute of Technology, Puneet is on a mission to provide hygienically induced, environment-friendly, and cost-effective products to everyone and anywhere around the globe. Clensta has always been inclined towards being a research and development-focused company with the main agenda to bring innovative solutions to the world, and they have been supporting India in achieving 5 Sustainable Development Goals. Over to you, Mr. Puneet Gupta, for your session.
Yeah, thank you, Apna, for having me on the call. So I think I will straight take my presentation and I introduce myself to the audience. My name is Puneet Gupta. I founded a company called Clensta. Clensta is an abbreviation of a clean instantly. And I think it was a very clear focus when we were starting Clensta that how we can actually help in sustainability goals, because the objective was very clear that whatever we are doing, how are we actually bringing sustainable solution to the audience. It's quite easy by saying, that we should not use single use of plastic, we should not waste of water, we should not waste water. I think we all know these parts, but I think the problem what we all face is, in absence of a solution, we end up of using the same resources. So by only saying that, that I don't have to waste water, but unless I have no alternatives of water, what would I do? So with that thought, I think Clensta was born, and we were very clear that we wanted to address UNDP 2030 goals, and whatever in our best capacity we could do it. I will share definitely with the people over here. So I will take you through the presentation, which will give you little clarity what do we do and how we are actually trying to contribute on SDG goals. So I'm sure, I think you would be able to see the presentation.
Yes, we can see it. Yeah.
Right. So all of the product which you see, these are basically, of course, formulated by Clensta team, and we had been, working since beginning on multiple categories. So first category as a company, what we have introduced is waterless technology. And objective was introducing waterless technology was very simple, that daily basis, the consumption of water is around 70 liters by every individual for per bath. So which we have replaced with only 20 milliliter by our introducing our waterless technology. So waterless technology objective was very clear, that people should be able to take bath without water, where we eventually waste a hell lot of water. And I'm proud to say that so far we have saved more than 35 crores liters of water we have already saved, and this journey is continued. And overall objective was, as I said, when we were introducing waterless technology, it was more like a Android or Windows of Microsoft. Why I'm saying is, like, when you use window of Microsoft, it can be used on any of your laptop, irrespective, whatever your laptop, because the basic technology and core remains same. So with that thought, what we did is we introduced waterless technology initially, and firstly we introduced products for head bathing, and then we introduced products for body bathing, and then we introduced products for waterless toothpaste. So we all know actually that while brushing we are supposed to shut our tap, but I think most of us grew up in an environment where this sometimes we ignore it. And apart from that, average stay of a patient in India is 5 days, where hygiene is not people are not able to maintain their body hygiene as well as the dental hygiene. So with that thought, bringing a innovative technology in a personal care and a home care. That was a thought uh, with the primary reason to introducing this technology to support our precious human capital like defense and patients all across. So I mean that was the first technology, and post that, if you, I mean, I'll just take you through the journey. Uh, so we are a 5-year-old company supported by IIT Delhi and Department of Science. Department of Science funded our company for certain technology to develop at a waterless category. So far, company has 19 patents and different products commercialized, uh, actually, which are complementing to our UNDP 2030 goals. Which includes definitely no single use of plastic as well as water conservation. We, by scaling all across, if you look at hospitals or defense chains of pharmacies, I think that was our kind of a target, because objective was to address certain problems which was actually currently we are not able to address, and bringing alternative options for a consumer was actually a very important criteria for a company. So with the support of IIT Delhi, we actually, I would say, successfully executed. And if you look at, I mean, as a Cleanstar, most of the folks comes from IIT Delhi and IIM, which includes a faculty from IIT Delhi, Professor Anurag Rathore, who's a chemical faculty at IIT Delhi, along with Professor Charyar, who's also a health department CRTD professor at IIT. So we, of course, won several awards, including a national award and appreciation from President of India, and supporting multiple areas all across India and abroad. Uh, so these are the challenges which actually we had been facing across the globe. I would say, like, over 3 billion people are dependent on marine and coastal biodiversity for their livelihood, and the kind of ingredient which are used, most of the personal hygiene and home hygiene, which is directly impacting this marine life. And if you look at lot of products like even wipes and ingredients which have been used in India, outside India, these are banned by many countries. So the objective was to definitely support them. The people, it should be friendly to marine life, and with that thought, first of all, as I said, it was important to introduce which can definitely, you know, the waste, I would say, the ingredient which are harmful for marine life, those should not be used. And therefore, we introduced all those ingredients in our category, and of course, scaled all across. And moving forward, if you look at the plastic utility, which has been largely used and all across, which is impacting again marine life. People, if you fish has been eating those plastic, and so we all were in the like opinion and brainstormed that what to do, how to actually help this whole ecosystem. So I think eventually we concluded that I think stopping and by saying no single use of plastic is not going to help. So what is actually important here is we need to bring a solution which should complement to our sustainability goals. So with that thought, what we have done is it was we introduced infinity bottles. When I say infinity bottles, so every household which has been using nowadays a cleaning product, that comes in a plastic bottle. And we when we zeroed down, we realized that once your liquid is finished, actually you are throwing those bottle out, and that is actually a waste which is adding to the environment. So what we actually introduced is, if you look at my first slide, I'll just take you through. So these are the first infinity bottle, and bringing all 360-degree solutions for the consumer was actually a prime focus. So So now post that, infinity bottle, once it is purchased by the consumer, they don't have to buy a plastic bottle, because what do we do is, we add 95% plus water actually in the factory, which is only 50 paisa in terms of cost. So my objective was, if I only give 5%, which is a main liquid for any cleaning product, without hampering a efficacy and cleaning part of it, then it brings reduction in 95% of the plastic on daily consumables, which is actually huge waste happening. So it was actually addressing multiple objective. One was, definitely it was reducing 95% plastic. I mean, at least people are not rebuying it. That was the first motive. Second is, when you are actually, when I am only supplying 5%, then eventually it reduces almost 60-70% of the cost for the consumers. So we found that's a win-win solution. And that is a way, where we can really think for reduction of a plastic waste all across. And I mean, just to add here, in terms of even waterless bathing, the objective was like, 1 in 3 people in India have a lack of sufficient access of sanitation. So lot of people die, and we know, like, a lot of mission we have been trying to drive, people have been facing hygiene challenges, since there are multiple environment and even water resources which are available in a hospital kind of setup. These were not very hygienic, and hygiene was ruled out. So most of the hospitals and globally healthcare practices were involved sponge bathing. And in sponge bathing, hygiene was ruled out, because you can't take a head bath from the sponge. So therefore it was very important that people like you and me still have a privilege, that we have a water available. And therefore, people who do not have access to water, they should also have a technology, in a sustainable manner, without wasting even water, uh, that they should be able to utilize and maintain their hygiene. And complementing, if you look at, only 20 milliliter was good enough to take one complete bath. And it is completely replacement of a traditional bathing for many reasons, because when you take a normal bath versus cleansed bath, almost 10 times less bacteria were growing in the body. So with the help of course, IIT Delhi, we supported this mission, and made it successful, and scaled it to all across, and supported under very many CSR initiative, and reached out to micro level in the villages, even supporting and helping them to maintain their hygiene without water. And with that thought, so far, we have saved 35 crores liters of water, and bringing at least 200,000 bottles of plastic, which is not going to the landfills. So I think that is like kind of a going on. And this is how we have been reinventing, I would say, with the small bottles, which is sufficient for so many big bottles. So rather than reducing 100%, I thought, why not to reduce only 95%, which is actually a win-win for everybody. uh, so I think it was a kind of a great response, and with the kind of a affordability, sustainability, and innovation bringing for consumer, with the prime focus. So I think with the cost reduction approach, this was quite helpful, and we could bring some impact. I would say. So, I mean, we were considered 2025 most impactful startups across the globe, won several awards, starting from, as I said, national award, uh, global awards, Falling World Ventures, Level Next. Uh, so I think this is what all I would say. Maybe a couple of glimpses where I think a few of the leaders of India. This was a national award given by the cabinet secretary, one of the CM, aviation minister, principal secretary to prime minister. spirit of manufacturing. So we won several awards in various focus. We were invited by Prime Minister for addressing the challenges again, to contribute in a sustainable manner. So I think as a team we had been trying to contribute in a multiple ways. Happy to share my thoughts or answer any questions if any.
Wow, that was really amazing and inspiring to know about all these innovative products and solutions. Thank you so much, Mr. Puneet. We don't have time for the question answers, but we'll share the questions if there is any with you offline. It was great to know about Clensta and your innovative journey towards sustainability. Thank you so much for joining us and inspiring us.
Thank you so much.